Grandparent Connection is a support group that we started, I guess almost 5 years now ago. What Grandparent Connection is a support group for grandparents and other kin raising a child. There are no support groups in the area. Henrico is looking to start one, and they've had 1 or 2 meetings to get started. But there are no other support groups going on right now for this population. And there are a lot of grandparents raising their grandchildren that really need support and need to be talking to each other that's going through the same thing. So, you know, just like y'all, they can help each other to figure out some of the school problems, other things that they're going through. Our support group is open to anybody in the Richmond area. I had somebody today call from Kings Dominion out in Hanover that could be joining us this week. But we meet on the 3rd Thursday of the month from 4:30 to 6 o'clock up at the Chesterfield Government Complex, and we have free childcare. So most of these things I'm talking about, I have flyers up here on the table. So if you're interested, please, you know, pick one of the flyers up, and I'll be glad to answer any questions. Our program this month at Grandparent Connection, we have somebody from the police department coming in, a school resource officer, and she's going to talk about children and drugs, some of the signs, some of the things to look out for if you suspect your grandchild is on drugs. The Church Ambassador Program is a program we started a year ago, and what we're doing is we're trying to bring in the faith community. So the people, the ministers, the church office staff, it could be the person that works with the seniors or their senior group at church. And what we're doing is we bring them in, we offer this program once a quarter. People have to sign up, but we're bringing them in, letting them know about different resources in Chesterfield County so they can go back and help the older adults at their faith community. So we give them all sorts of resources. We have various speakers come in and talk about different programs, different resources out there so they can go back. And we know that if people have an issue, they need resources, typically they go to the faith community as their first choice. So we want to make sure that we can equip these people with the resources so they can serve their congregation. We are a small office, basically. I'm full-time. I'm the only full-time person in my office. I have a 20-hour-a-week administrative assistant, and we have some volunteers. So most of what we do is done through partnerships. So Elder Friends is one of these partnerships that we have. And what Elder Friends does is they match a volunteer up with somebody that lives alone, that's lonely, that would really like to have somebody to come in and visit with them once a week. So we have volunteers that we match up with the same interests as older adults in the whole metro region area. And they visit for an hour together once a week. When they're together visiting, they do whatever that volunteer and that senior want to do. It could be playing games, it could be crossword puzzles, it could be sitting there talking about current events. But whatever the two of them want to do, that's what they do in that hour. And we try to match the volunteer and the elder up to where they're in the same zip code area, so the volunteer is not traveling, you know, all over the area. The senior, the elder in the program has to be totally independent. So the volunteer is not going in there providing care. They're going in there for socialization with that person. Caregiver Connection is another support group that we do with Lucy Core Village. This one too is open to anybody in the area, and it's just a general caregiver support group. We're not a disease-specific group. We have people, most of them are caring for a parent or either a spouse. We have one lady that's caring for her adult son and her husband. So we have different speakers come in there to do programs for us also. And they can talk to each other and, same thing, help each other through that journey. The Senior Ambassador Program is a program that we started in Chesterfield a couple years ago. We've done 6 classes now. That's coming back up again in September. And it's for Chesterfield residents 55 and older. And they come 1 day a week for 8 weeks. And what they do is they learn about Chesterfield County, the different programs, the different resources that we have in the county. So we have about 40 different presenters that come in over the 8 weeks. So they're learning about government, they're learning about nonprofit organizations. There's a health and wellness day where we either come to Johnson Willis or Chippenham, and they have different speakers come in. And the whole goal of the program is that when they finish the 8 weeks, they do a group project together in the community, but also they are able to know about different resources. So they can help their neighbor, they can help their friends, they can help somebody at church. But if they're talking to somebody that needs resources, they know what some of these resources are that they're able to help these individuals. The other thing they learn is about all sorts of different volunteer opportunities in the area. So if they want to volunteer, each time speakers come in, if they have volunteer opportunities, they're letting them know about those opportunities. The yellow dot and the Fall of Life. I don't know how many of you have the Fall of Life. This is a program that we promote a lot in Triad. And you put this red package on your refrigerator. And what you do is there is a form to fill out. And you have your name, your contact information. All your medications go on here. And you fill it out in pencil so it can be changed. And you put this on your refrigerator. The little sticker goes on your front door or your window. So if you have to call 911, they see the sticker on your door, they know to immediately go to your refrigerator. And that your contact information, your medical information is there. This is done all over the metro Richmond area. Henrico has it. Most of them are done through Triad groups, but all the counties participate in Fall of Life and have that information. The other program we have that we started recently in Chesterfield is our Yellow Dot program. The other counties don't have this yet, but I believe they are all looking at it. And what the Yellow Dot program is that you put this yellow dot on the back left windshield of your car. If you were in an accident and first responders see this yellow dot on your back windshield, they know to go to your glove compartment and that you have information in there. And what you have on this information is that you have all your contact information, you have your medications, allergies, the whole works, any diseases. If you're caring for somebody, whether it's the autistic child, or an older adult, or your spouse, then you can put on the back who you're caring for. And first responders, when they look at this and see that you're, not only obviously are they going to treat you, but if they see that you're a caregiver for somebody, they're going to try their best to get somebody at home to check on, this individual in your care. Because it may have been the time where you just ran out to pick up milk or something at the store thinking you were gone 15 minutes. Then you were in an accident and that person could be home alone a couple hours and may not be able to care for themselves. So Chesterfield has it, Petersburg and Petersburg and Dinwiddie are looking at it. We sent them the information. Henrico, Richmond, none of them have it yet. I'm sure they will probably, since we have it in Chesterfield, be doing it soon. So, feel free to take this, but I can only say we have trained our Chesterfield first responders. If you're in another county, hopefully if they see the yellow dot, they will know what that is, but I can't guarantee that. It's just a matter of, they're aware of the program. But it is a good thing to have on your car. I have it on mine, my husband has it on his, and it's a good thing. Free. Does anybody know about the free FREE Foundation? Wow. Okay, the Free Foundation is another nonprofit, and they have assistive equipment. That they are located in Goodwill, down on Midlothian Turnpike near Bell Boulevard in the main headquarters. And if you have any equipment, assistive equipment that you are not using, you can donate it to Goodwill anywhere in the area. And Goodwill will send it down to the Free Foundation. The Free Foundation, they have the raised toilets, they have wheelchairs, power manual wheelchairs, they have walkers, they have every kind of assistive equipment. So if somebody needs equipment and their insurance doesn't cover it, they can't afford it, whatever the case will be, there's an application you can fill out online, and I have information up here, and you can get that equipment free from them. So they've had a few cases where people have been in power chairs, the manuals, whatever, and there's a 5-year grace period is what she has told me. So if you outgrow that chair, one way or the other, it doesn't fit you anymore, insurance isn't going to pay for you to get another wheelchair. But if they have one available, then that's a place you could go to get it. So any equipment needs that you have that insurance does not cover, that is a wonderful resource to tap into. If you have equipment or you left something large that you're not using anymore, somebody's not, and you cannot get it there to a Goodwill, if you let them know, they partner with my Rotary Club, and twice a month we pick up equipment and we deliver equipment to people that have no way of getting the equipment. So, if you know somebody that needs it that has no way to get it, don't let that stop you from asking about the equipment and filling out the information. Triad is in all the different regions, all the different areas around here. They all meet monthly. They have speakers come in. They all do workshops around their community. In Chesterfield, we have our Senior Day in May. That's at Victory Tabernacle Church, and we always do it the first Wednesday in May. And at our event, we have 65 vendors that all provide a service for older adults. We have entertainment and a program, so it's a great resource if you're looking, for resources for yourself or somebody that you're caring for, to get a bunch of them in one place. We also do programs out in the community. So the one that we're doing in September, we're trying to pinpoint a location right now, but we're going to have Care More, that you mentioned over here, Gen Care in case, talk about the different programs that they do. So a lot of people, depends on your insurance, depends on your need, if you qualify for any of these programs. So we're going to have a representative from each of the companies come in and describe the programs that they have. The Super Senior Passport is for Chesterfield County residents, 60 or over. And I don't know if the other counties have this or not. I haven't heard of the others having it. But if you're a Chesterfield resident, 60 or over, you can apply through Chesterfield County Public Schools for what they call a Senior Passport. It's free. They will issue you something that looks like a little credit card. And if you want to go to different school events, if you want to see your grandchildren in the theater, a ball game, or you just want to go to one of those activities, it gets you in free. You won't have to pay. The only time you would have to pay with the Senior Passport is if it's the championship game, and the Virginia high school leagues make the different high schools charge for that. But otherwise, the programs are free for you to go to those. The other thing is with the adult education with Chesterfield schools, there are some classes that are free for Senior Passport holders, and others you can get a reduced rate on. So it's a very good bargain if you're a county resident. Our Council on Aging, that is a good group that meets monthly. We have different speakers that come in. Alan Moser is our chair over here on the side.